chaps, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. And today we are outside the church of St Peter and St Paul in Swaffham, Norfolk. No, it's not pronounced Swaffham. Swaffham, if you're not local. And we will just have a look up at the tower. Unfortunately, you can't really see the flesh on the top. Spelled F-L-E-C-H-E, not F-L-E-S-H, flesh. I know what some of you reprobates are like. It's not that kind of church. It's not the church of the boys and mind. And as you can see around the base, we have the cross keys and the cross swords of the saints Peter and Paul. And the usual relatively tranquil on most days English graveyard. As you can see, it's a rather impressive church. Hopefully we'll get to a point where we can actually see the flesh on the tower. That still sounds wrong saying it like that. I can't wait to show you the flesh. Yeah. I'm putting myself off now. I do have some notes in my pocket, but I went through most of them on the interior, because some of what we're going to talk about on the exterior may not have gone down too well with the vicar being there. Understandably. Put your hand behind the camera sharp, that's better. Understandably, some religious types can get a bit upset when you start talking about the paranormal, spooky shenanigans, etc. involving churches. We're far enough away now, I can show you the flesh. We'll zoom in on it. Very cool. And obviously got big old cock on the top as well. And come on, I can't miss that joke, can I? So yes, I'm going to have to redig my notes out of the pocket. I hastily jammed them in earlier. I feel sorry for whoever's grave this is, because it appears to have become the local communal bunny pooping spot. So and there go the church bells, just in time. As you can see, it's a rather sizable yard. Churchyard, I think that is the correct pronunciation, or correct verbiage, I should say. As it is attached to a church, so it's a churchyard. If there's no church, it's a graveyard. Kind of simple and obvious when you think about it. We'll go straight past the cremations, as we don't want to be filming modern graves, do we? People might still be around and get upset. Now, I'm lazy, I don't want to walk that far, but see a rather impressive cross down there with the four angels praying around it. It's a rather impressive stone. So most of what is in this particular yard is fairly standardo. There's nothing too bizarre or strange. However, as sometimes is the case, Mary and myself had a bit of an experience. We've had a bit of a meeting. over a story that we perchance came across, I say we, I mean Mary, on Tinterweb, actually on the EDP site. There is Mary over. There's a wild Mary. She's actually over by the stone. Yes. What Mary does is her hobby, as it were, as a church crawler, not curb crawler, church crawler, nor pub crawler, is to take photos of various interesting things. Now the particular stone Mary was just looking at and photographing is that of a Miss Ella Morse, who died aged 37 in 1852. Now it's common for gravestones to move. You just have to look down the rows and none of them are in the same position. This is usually due to subsidence or subsidence or roots, weathering, blowing a hoolie, frost. All these kind of things will, just time will move gravestones. However, they don't normally turn 90 degrees overnight. Yeah. Try explaining that one. So what we have here, the little stubby one, is the grave of a Miss, the aforementioned Miss Ella Morse. And it was reported by the church sexton Frederick Sandell in 1981, and we are in between the sexton's house and the church because he used to walk past here every day, that the cross that was originally mounted on top of the stone and would have been in line with the rest of the gravestones here in an east-west facing, had spun around 90 degrees to a north-south facing. Now I know you're going to go, oh yeah, that's easy to turn. It's just, no, we're talking about several hundred pounds or kilos of solid granite. It's not easy to move. You're not going to move it on your own. He reported that the grass around the base of the cross was flattened in a pattern indicative of it twisting, and as I said, it was facing north-south as opposed to all the others which are east-west. See, when you remember writing your notes and you start waffling about it before you've even got to it. Research shows that she was the daughter of a John Morse, who after her death paid £400 for a window to be put in the chancel in her memory, and also had brasses placed in the church in 1853, a year after her death. However, John's brother Eric felt that the gifts were to ease the conscience of the family for, perhaps they'd done something wrong, as none of his other daughters were treated this way. Perhaps some family's secret they don't want to get out. Perhaps something that led to Ella's death. She wasn't believed to be a witch. However, the inscription on the base of her grave or stone is words that are chanted at witches' rituals. By thy cross and passion, by thy precious death, good Lord, deliver us. Which is relatively famously known. And as here we can see, we have the grave of Caroline, daughter of John Morse, and also John Morse. So father and one daughter buried together here, and the other daughter is over there on her own. Interesting. One thought was that it was the wrong cross that it was trying to get away, or the cross was trying to get away from the wrong corpse underneath it, because they'd had to move around and a rejig and a reorganise to make space. Swaffham's not a huge town, but there's a lot of stones in this yard. As we go up this way. So there we go. Thank you, Ella, for your story about Mary and I putting things together, scratching the old grey matter. I've been thinking that possibly Ella may have been seen as a witch. Now that's not to say she was a witch, as in, you know, crooked nose, warty, pointy hat, familiars, all that, you know, cauldrons, all that kind of stuff. Quite possibly more likely a local wise woman or healer, that kind of thing. Someone who knew all the properties of the herbs and stuff. Oh, there's someone going past on a Harley Tractorson. And for whatever reason, because even back then 37 was fairly young to die. For whatever reason, perhaps she came to an untimely end, and the reason her father paid the £400 to the church was to, if she was suspected of being a witch, she wouldn't have been allowed to be buried in a Christian graveyard. Not a chance. So pay the £400. Please, 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 pretty please, pretty please, please. Then fingers crossed, and yeah, Dad managed to get her buried in the graveyard. Now, how did the stone move? Pass. Was it vandals? Was it supernatural? One will never know. It was 3 days after it had been reported to the Eastern Daily Press that Ella's stone had turned 90 degrees. It was found facing back the right way and shattered. Obviously this was blamed on vandals, and it takes some doing to smash one of those. You know, they're not delicate things, and we are in the middle of a town, so someone would have heard, I would have thought. Was it vandals? Was it something supernatural? Was it perhaps the Wiccans, witches, trying to put things back right again? Who knows, whatever the duck was going on. But, you know, it's going to be mallard to move one of them stones. Sorry, we've got to go with puns where we can around here. But yeah, nice to see. So we know we've got bunnies, and we have ducky wockies. So, not quite sure where the nearest pond is.
We don't have pelican crossings, we've got duck crossings.
Oh, Norfolkers, they'll never change. Some people don't seem to understand the concept of what a camera is, and that you might be recording stuff. Never mind. But thank you for watching. Hope it's been at least partially enjoyable, and I'll hold the camera remotely stationary at some points, so you're not too seasick. We'll finish off with a view back down to the church. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Stick your comments down below if you've got any questions or points. Have fun. Enjoy your hobbies. Peace out. Rock on. Bye bye.